1947, a pivotal year for both India and Pakistan, marked by the dawn of independence and the dusk of colonial rule. The British, wearied by the ravages of World War II, decided to relinquish their colonial hold over the Indian subcontinent. This decision led to the partition that birthed Pakistan, a separate homeland for Muslims, as envisioned by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the Quaid-e-Azam, or Great Leader. Parallelly, Mahatma Gandhi, the Apostle of Peace, led India on its path towards sovereignty. However, the joy of newfound freedom was marred by the pain of division. The partition sparked one of the largest mass migrations in human history, as millions of Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs crossed the newly drawn borders in search of safety. The era was also marked by intense communal violence, a tragic consequence of the sudden and poorly executed division. Thus, 1947 became a year of joy and sorrow, marking the birth of two nations and the end of an era. In the wake of partition, both India and Pakistan grappled with the challenges of establishing their newly independent states. The early years were marked by the monumental task of nation-building. India and Pakistan, two newborn nations, were engaged in drafting their constitutions, setting up political structures, and creating a sense of national identity among the diverse population. Meanwhile, the issue of Kashmir emerged as a thorn in the bilateral relationship. The princely state, geographically sandwiched between the two nations, became a source of conflict just after independence in 1947. The dispute over its allegiance has led to several military confrontations and continues to be a contentious issue to this day. In these formative years, both India and Pakistan faced numerous internal challenges, from managing the refugee crisis to addressing communal violence. They also had to navigate their new roles on the global stage. These early years set the stage for the complex relationship between India and Pakistan that would evolve over the coming decades. Over the years, the contentious relationship between India and Pakistan has often escalated to outright conflict. The borders drawn up in 1947 were tested for the first time in 1965, when a series of border skirmishes evolved into a full-blown war. Both nations claimed victory, but the reality was a stalemate that left the issue of Kashmir unresolved. 6 years later, in 1971, the two nations clashed again. This time, the conflict was ignited by political unrest in East Pakistan. India supported the Bengali nationalists fighting for independence, leading to a war that resulted in the birth of a new nation, Bangladesh. This war was a turning point, marking a shift in the balance of power in the region. Fast forward to 1999, and the two countries were once again at war. Known as the Kargil War, this conflict was sparked by Pakistani soldiers crossing the line of control in Kashmir. The war ended with India regaining control of the territory, but not before it had caused significant casualties on both sides. In between these conflicts, the specter of nuclear warfare loomed large. In 1998, both India and Pakistan conducted nuclear tests, raising the stakes and the potential consequences of their disputes to a terrifying new level. And let's not forget Kashmir, a beautiful region that has been a flashpoint for India-Pakistan tensions for more than 7 decades. Despite numerous peace talks and ceasefire agreements, the issue of Kashmir remains unresolved, a thorn in the side of both nations that continues to fester. These conflicts have fueled a cycle of mistrust and hostility that continues to shape the relationship between the two nations. They serve as a stark reminder that the path to peace is often a long and arduous one, fraught with setbacks and challenges. But they also underscore the importance of dialogue and diplomacy in resolving disputes and fostering mutual respect and understanding. Today, India and Pakistan stand as two distinct nations, each with its own successes and challenges. Where once they were a single entity under British rule, they now navigate the world stage as separate countries, each with its own unique identity, yet bound by a shared history. The relationship between these two nations in the present day is complex, marked by both cooperation and conflict. Recent years have seen efforts at diplomatic peace talks, as well as ongoing disputes over territories and resources. Despite the challenges, there are also moments of unity, particularly in the realms of culture and sports, where shared passions often blur the lines of division. Yet, the path towards peace is not an easy one. The historical and political complexities that underpin the India-Pakistan relationship are deep and multifaceted. As we look towards the future, it is a story of resilience, of two nations trying to find their way towards mutual respect and understanding. The history of India and Pakistan is a tale of shared heritage, painful division, and ongoing conflict, but also one of resilience and hope for a peaceful future.